All right, in this next video regarding creating ceilings at Beck, we're going to talk about a very common ceiling type, which is a dropped soffit or a drop ceiling, a gypboard ceiling that is below an acoustic ceiling. And how do you model that to get that to look like you want in section, where the gypboard returns nicely and the acoustic tile butts up against it. So to do that, we're going to go to our reflected ceiling plan. And the key to gyp soffits is to draw the walls first. I recommend using an A wall type. Our A wall types have the gypboard on one side and then the metal stud. If for some reason you have a different condition, you can use a different wall type. I've duplicated this wall type and called it soffit. And why I did that is that allows me to use the same gypsum board material. This will still tag as an A3 wall type, but if you use the same material for the finish that is this material for your ceiling, those two materials will join together and you'll get a nice clean detail in a section. If this is the wall gypsum board type and the ceiling is the ceiling gypsum board type, you will get a small thin line between those. The line doesn't really bother me, but if it bothers you, I wanted to make sure you know how to get rid of that line. So, all right, so you have your wall type. The other thing I've done with this wall type is I've unlocked the gyp board so that we can pull it down. And that's done using the modify tool and selecting the top edge. I don't know if you can see this. You can select the top edge of that and unlock it. That lets you stretch that gypsum board down. So once that wall type's created, you're good to go. And now we can draw with it. And we'll draw, let's do finish face exterior, and we'll do a rectangle over here. Let's say we need to cut out an area over here. You can see the gypsum board and which side it's at, so make sure that's on the right side. I'm using the space bar to flip between it. So now I've got that. The next step would be to set the height of your wall. So let's say our soffit's at 8 foot above level 1. So I'm going to change that to 8 foot. And then the next step is to create our ceiling. Let's go ahead and just so you can see what this currently looks like in section. I'll cut a section through here. And we'll see that we currently have the ACT ceilings passing through, and these walls are all going up to deck. We'll clean that up in a second. We can take all of those walls to clean those up and change their base offset to, or their top offset minus 5.5 inches, whatever the thickness of your floor assembly is above, or you can use the attached top and select that. But I prefer to use the top offset, is that it gives an accurate height for the wall for estimating. But if you had a sloped floor or something, you might need to use the attached. Okay, now you're ready to create your ceiling. And the key to creating this ceiling is using the sketch tool, select your gypsum board, and use the pick wall tool and check this box, extend into core. That's critical. And now we're going to tab select on our ceiling. You can check your ceiling height and finish sketch. And now you'll see that your ceiling's been created. And if we look at this in section, you'll see there's an overlap there. And if we see that in plan, you also see that overlap. So the next step is to use the join geometry tool. And you select your ceiling and then your wall. And you can check multiple joins, so this goes a lot quicker. Boom, boom, boom. All right, now let's take a look. Now we have a nice clean ceiling. If for some reason you did the join the opposite way or accidentally picked your wall first, you can use the switch join order tool and it'll swap it. And had you done it wrong, you would see that that doesn't look good. And in your RCP, you will see no hatch because the bottom of that wall doesn't have a hatch. So I'll put it back the way we had it. So that's all good. Now we can take and edit our boundary of our ACT ceiling and use the pick wall. And this time we don't want to choose extend into core because we don't want that. We want it to butt up against the gypboard. We'll use our tab select, but you always want to use pick wall. And that way you can sketch without being concerned with your dimensions, because modeling this way lets us instantly revise our model. So if you are doing something and you just want to get it in there, take the time to do your walls first. Let's go, and I'm going to change the scale of this view so we can see this a little better, as I did want to show that many times you won't need the drywall to go above the ceiling more than 6 inches. So you can use the little drag arrow to do that. You can tab on that element and type in exactly 6 inches. If you look at that wall now, you will see it has a top extension distance of -5.5. You don't have to individually grab all of your walls. You can control C that value, go back to your plan and tab select all of your walls and set that top extension distance to be the same for all of them at one time. Now all yours will have that recess and you've successfully modeled your soffit. And this is great. This works. You can do this with any shape wall you want. So I just did a straight wall, but if your wall was, you have an arc on the end here. Delete that one and we'll edit this sketch and pick wall, extend into core. Remember for your one, we got to clean up our messy walls here. I'm going to clean up our walls. And this needs to be changed to 8 foot as well. And then I can do the join geometry between my soffit and my ceiling. And I've got this lovely arched wall that has the same cleanliness. And we can, come back and edit our boundary for our ACT ceiling as well. And again, on that one, you would want to use pick wall, but not extend into core. And now you have a beautiful dropped soffit over your nurse's station or whatever the case may be. And this is totally adjustable too. So it's always going to do what you need it to do. So that's that. Hope that's helpful. We can clean up the, radius and everything adjusts with it. Hope that helps.